What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we're getting straight on in towards what is going to be a super spicy, interesting day. And of course, we're going to be moving into our Group C matches. For the first match, they're going to be heading straight on over in towards Erangel. So as you saw in the pre-game, we've got quite a few interesting teams in the lobby here. So let's transition on over into the match to see what the teams from Group C is going to be doing over on the Erangel map. Right, so here we go. That plane already starting to make its way on in. So we're waiting to see now where the flight path is going to be taking us and where the players are going to be going. Expecting quite a bit of action to be coming in. And of course, you can see that flight path coming in from Primorsk over in that southeastern side, heading all the way up over towards Stolber. So fairly interesting flight path that we've got here for the teams on Erangel. Now we're just waiting to see where they're going to be dropping down. Are the teams going to be dropping hard? Are they going to be dropping safe? We'll find out soon enough. But the teams, of course, as you can see, all making their way around, trying to find that ideal spot on the map to start off on. Also waiting to see what that first initial zone is going to be doing. So let us know what you think, which teams you are here to support. As you can see, of course, quite the interesting list, quite the extensive list of names that we've got. We've got Natus, we've got New Era, we got the players from FIDANZA, we've got Team 1218, Good Games, Arm Family, Game Lord, we've got the players from Qodex, we got Konina Power, we got Motherlode, Panda, Destiny, Scrimfarm, RAAD, we got the Lost Bullets, we got GSG, we got the Falcons, and then of course the players from Resq. So the flight path now just concluding, and we've got our first phase already coming in. As you can see, starting off the action right up in Resq. So fairly interesting flight path, or rather zone that we've got here. The teams all spread out throughout the region. This, of course, will be lending it to the teams to take the approach, get into that aggression, get the party started. No apparent need for the teams to start rotating up aggressively just yet. They're pretty safe in zone, and now you can see the teams really starting to spread out. We've got a few teams dropping hard over in Yasnaya, a few teams dropping over towards the western side. Resq, as you saw, already starting things off with a little bit of action right out the gate. So now we wait to see what is going to be happening, what these teams are going to be doing, and of course, how they're going to approach the first zone. You can see for the start here, we're heading right on over into Resq. The team's already in position, making their way on through, and it's a very interesting positioning that we've got. We've got FIDANZA over on the opposite end here, and of course right here alongside them, we've got the players now moving in from Panda. So now we wait to see whether or not Panda is going to try and push on up to get a potential jump. So far, they've already lost their first player. One man down. Pretty strong start coming in from the opposing team. We're waiting to see if they're going to start pushing up. Will we see that aggression coming in? A few shots now starting to make their way on through. That Cest now just quickly moving about, trying to get a little bit of loot. But slowly but surely, they're starting to make their way on through, starting to push on up. Coming in with a bit of a third-party peek in the window. Getting ready for the action. Will they push up? Will they get aggressive? So far, fair. Interesting position for these teams to be in. Alright, so here we go. FIDANZA now just making their way on through. Assessing the region. Trying to see if they can find those angles. Sats now just dropping down. Waiting patiently in the window. We got Kato just up ahead. So when we see the shots coming in, we got GK also just holding up on the side. Patiently waiting for that opportunity to present itself. Of course, quickly transitioning over into Yasnaya now. You can see the teams also just making their way around. A pretty packed setup that we've got on the board here. The teams are looking pretty spicy. Game Lord now also just waiting things out, waiting to see what is going to be happening. Are they going to need to push up, or will they be able to get some easy hits in? Making their way on through. We got a few opposing teams just on the side here as well. So Monson and Robs patiently waiting, trying to get those angles in. Waiting for the opponents to start moving. We've got the Falcons just up ahead of them. A few hits now starting to come in the kill feed. But we see Lakashi now situated up on the roof. Just waiting, getting things ready. The red zone also very, very close. But fortunately not right on top of the teams just yet. But here we go, jumping straight into the action over in Rozhok. As we got FIDANZA now finding a few hits on over towards Panda. Panda sitting on the last remaining player now. Now the question comes in. Will Panda be able to get the clutch in on this one? Or will FIDANZA be sending them into the lobby? We've got some more teams now starting to move into position. So they're really starting to get challenged for what they have to work with. You see Luxor now on the approach and a few more teams starting to rotate up the side as well. Things are starting to heat up. Qodex making the approach, heading on up on towards the Rozhok hill here. Up they come and not wasting a single moment, rushing straight in. The Arm family taking up position, but the engagement starts to go on off. Here we go, that is what we've been waiting for, waiting to see the action. Pretty good start so far. Have a few shots flying in. Up comes the nades now. Uchi on the side, Fabi right there alongside as well, just to provide that extra bit of cover. But the utilities are getting sent across, a few hits finding their way on through. Qodex now just trying to move up a little bit, trying to improve the position of the vehicle. You can see Fowler now just coming up the side, just quickly peeking, trying to see if they can find a potential angle in on the players here from Farm. So will they be able to get it? As you can see, we got the flip. Oh, Anon just putting a few hits over in towards the opposing players. And man, things are really starting to heat up. Qodex, of course, taking up an interesting approach, spreading out throughout the region. But with that, weight gets knocked out right there. The shots finding their way on through. The players here from the Arm family still looking pretty strong, pretty decent. All four players still alive. Two of them now getting ready to mobilize, but up comes a beautiful grenade getting sent on in. The team now starting to move on up as well. Let's see, will they be able to get the rush? Will they get the hits? Oh, coming in with the vehicle, knocking them over, rushing in, not waiting for anything. Down goes Lucci, and the whole squad from Qodex gets sent on back into the lobby. We got FIDANZA now just on the opposite end of the players here now from the Arm family, taking up a position on the hill, quickly getting into some of that loot, making sure that they are well stocked for the coming fights. So far it has been pretty spicy. Got a bit of action also now coming in, as you can see over in Yasnaya. Still the team starting to push on up, so we've got a nice spread of action all across the region. The teams are getting into those engagements and now jumping straight on over towards the players here from the Falcons, as well as the team here from the Game Lords. As you can see them now pushing up in from that northwestern side, making their way on through over towards the embankments. Let's see, will Monson be able to find the hits, find the shots, potentially cause some necessary damage to the Falcons. All right. Starting to move on up. Game Lord making their way on through the buildings, getting ready to start pushing. And this is where we wait to see where they'll be able to find it. That angle, Falcon just sitting there on the staircase. Damar almost in line of sight. We got Quid KWT sitting on the side, speaking in the window as well. So the action is building. Let's see, will the teams get into these engagements? There we go, quickly healing up for the fight, fully boosted and ready to roll. Here they come now. The Game Lords starting to push on up, jumping across over onto the opposite building, rushing in, finding the shots in towards the Falcon team. KWT, the last remaining hopeful, tries to get on in on the action, but Game Lord just reigning supreme, moving in and wiping them right on out. What a beautiful push that was coming in from Game Lord. Just absolutely dominating that rush, moving on up. And of course, now we're moving over towards hospital to see what's going to be happening over on this western front. We got the players just up ahead here, making their way around the lost bullets, putting the shots on over. Let's see, will they be able to get the knock in on 12-18? Things are starting to heat up. As you can see, Fantastic now positioning himself in a fantastic position. Will he be able to find those shots across? Just waiting, observing the hill. They spotted a bit of movement, but now looking at the zone, we've got quite a convergence of teams once again starting to move on up in towards the zone. We've got a few teams situated over on the eastern side, a few teams over on the west. We've got one team sitting all the way down in the south. Now we wait to see, are they going to start pushing in from the southern region? Waiting to see where they're going to be rotating on up. Will they be coming in from the southeast? Will they be coming in from the southwest? That is what we're waiting to see, where these teams are going to be pushing into. But of course, there could be quite a bit of potential action rather, on that far eastern side. As we got the players there from RAAD making their way on in. Scrimfarm just up ahead of them. But of course, the shots are going down over towards Georgia Ball, finding their way on cross. Navi coming in with the shots there, sending them right on over. Oh, but things are heating up over towards Resq. A fairly interesting zone there. We got the next phase, of course, coming in, just being ever so slightly over towards that northeastern side. So the teams that we see already situated within that zone don't have a lot of necessity to really move on up. But now we're waiting to see what are we going to be having with the teams that are still on the outlying regions of that zone. Will they be pushing on in? Will they be pushing up? Getting into the action. Several hits. Several shots erupting across the map. Teams really going at it. But here comes the players now starting to make a bit of a rotation. Getting in those positions. Now we wait to see how much action we'll be having as these teams make their way on through and push on up, jumping in towards Resq. You can see the players in position. We've got FIDANZA now, not moving up too much. The Arm family right here alongside them, getting ready to move. Anon now also just pushing up, but we see the players there from FIDANZA just patiently waiting in the building, not wanting to risk the last potential player. So many shots now coming in as the players here start moving up. The hits flying up once again as the team from Lost now start engaging, getting into the action here. Suffering a few shots as Resq. Coyote gets taken down. Navi coming in with the shots. Wow, what a third party that was. But now the last bullets. One player down, getting knocked out. Master now just about to hopefully get res up. Players now just quickly trying to secure themselves, but we got Navi now starting to move in from that bridge, holding that angle, tapping away at them pretty slowly but consistently, trying to find those hits in towards them. You can see Boss there moving over to the opposite end of the river. So quite a bit of a ranged attack we see here from the teams. The shots coming in now. So Navi just trying to hold up this offensive approach that they've got. Lost, caught in a bit of a tough position. They need to try and get ahead, try get up into that zone. So are the teams going to stay around, or will we see them rotating out? Oh, just listen to the shots, and of course a quick shot coming in here from Clever, getting sent over towards Navi, but down goes Clever. Beautiful shots coming in there from 12-18. Unicorn with a beautiful third-party shot right on the edge of that zone, capitalizing on the chaos. But here comes 12-18. Now getting ready to push on in. Are they going to rush on up towards the players from Lost Bullets? They're just going to try and taunt them potentially. A few hits in the process. Master slowly tapping away, trying to find the heads across over in towards 12-18. Look at the hits Fantastic. Now also just trying to make his way. Caught in that blue zone. Needs to try and get ahead. Try and push on in. But here we go. 2018. 12-18 rather. Making their way on up in towards the zone. But not a really fast rotation coming in from them. They're just hanging back enough to see whether or not they'll be able to find some of those shots on the players that are still to push on in towards zone. But of course now Navi also coming in with their rotation, starting to head on over into a more northerly position. And there we go, that zone shifting over towards the east once again. We're seeing quite a bit of movement coming in from this western edge as the teams are all now just trying to jam themselves into that zone. A few teams already fairly well situated within the zone. You can see Motherlode almost in center zone. So now we wait to see how they're going to approach this coming zone. Will we see those engagements coming through? The players there from Scrimfarm also just situated a little bit towards that northern region. The ARM family moving up from the west as well. Navi now making a very wide rotation, trying to come all the way around over in towards Yasnaya and potentially hold up the position and just cause an insane amount of damage. Players there from GSG also coming in from the southern end. You can see RAAD also just situated on the east. 2018, and the players there from Lost Bullets still have quite a bit of distance to cover to make it up into towards zone successfully. But Destiny sitting quite cozily on the bridge, just waiting to see if anyone's going to be trying it to rotate across and make their way on in. But here we go, jumping over towards the players from the Game Lords, holding at their position within the compounds. Just up ahead of them, we've got the ARM family. And the Motherlode also just situated off to the side. The teams are now just waiting for those openings, waiting for the opportunity to move up and get those shots going. But the action, of course, now starting to unfold as the teams are trying to get into the action, looking for those hits. ARM family now just perched on this hill. Got a pretty good line of sight on the players there from the Game Lord on the one side, the opposing team on the other. So Game Lord just holding on to that position. The Motherlode also just taking up their own, making sure to secure the area, that there's no one that could potentially move on from behind and catch them off guard. So Teak now just making his way around this rock, a little bit of back and forth. Of course, now the hits starting to come in to the kill feed as well. The team's really getting stuck into the action. Motherlode just scanning the area, making sure that it's clear, especially coming in from that southern region. Quite a few teams still just up ahead of them. You can see Destiny right here alongside the players from the ARM family. Playing it a little bit cautiously, trying to move up too much, not trying to overcommit to the position. They know there's a team, well, in fact 2 teams situated very close to them, but they also need to get on into that zone. So ARM family now trying to flank up the side, trying to get around and potentially squeeze into the zone. But they have to get past the players there from the Game Lords. But of course, up comes the Lost Bullets now. All the shots just flying on in. Very tough position to be pulling in. So many teams still left up ahead. Now we wait to see whether or not they'll be able to find their angle into that zone. The Game Lords and the players coming in from the Motherlode, they don't seem to budge just yet. They are holding their positions, looking strong, and just picking off the players that are trying to find their way on into that zone. So Luxor now waiting to see if he can find any additional movement. But here we go. The ARM family now starting to move on up. We've got the players from the Lost Bullets rotating all the way around now, moving in towards that southwestern side, taking occupation of the compounds right here. We've got the players from GSG also not too far, just situated within the zone. But here we go. Clever now starting to make that rotation, starting to move on in. Konina power we also saw just off in the distance, but here we go. The players now from 12-18 starting to move in behind the last bullets. Will they be able to find those shots, find those hits, and rake in a few more kills? But in the meantime, the players from Konina power now just taking full advantage of their positioning. We got RAAD just up ahead. Oh, beautiful grenade getting flung across, finding its way on in. Two teams just in front of them. The players here from the last bullets now capitalizing on GSG. A little bit of chaos now ensuing as the players are trying to squeeze on into zone. Few teams caught on the edge of the zone, just situated over towards the south, but the teams are not giving up. 12-18 going head to head with Konina power. Now the shots coming in. Look at that. 12-18 finding some beautiful shots. Unicorn quickly just making his way into zone, trying to recover an extra little bit of health. They one man down. A few players still remain. 39 players still alive. 12 teams still in play. And no shortage of action whatsoever. Last bullets now just quickly trying to assess the situation. The hits are flying in. They are getting completely surrounded by teams as they are moving on into the zone. Got another minute or so until we move into the next phase, but the chaos just erupting once again as the players are getting caught out in the open. The shots are starting to fly in. GSG putting some shots in towards the last bullets. Clever taking the opportunity here to try and rotate further on up towards the zone, heading north. 12-18 now just on the opposite end, on the receiving side of the shots coming in here from Konina power. Konina putting up some beautiful shots. 12-18 really feeling the pressure, feeling the sting. GSG on the other hand looking pretty cozy in their compound, but they need to get on up into zone. Starting to reposition, trying to get those rotations in, grabbing as many vehicles as they can to try and head on into that zone. So this is where everything has come to. The teams have been battling it out. He's sitting with 12 teams and moving on into the zone. 38 players still alive. Clever getting knocked out. The players from Konina power now starting their push, heading into zone. Up they come in full force. Three-man team, sorry, making the push on in. We got FIDANZA also still alive, making their way on into that zone. Oh, but the shots are coming through. The players there, of course, are from the game Lord, just finding the shots, finding the action. 12-18 trying to squeeze on into zone. You can see Unicorn moving up fairly low on health, but here we go. Oh, the hits coming in from behind. Viva just taking the shots. Quite a tough position to move in down in the south. A lot of action happening. And the Motherlode moving in. You can see Teak just holding that position on the side. GSG taking occupation of that southwestern side. But here we go. They are now starting to move on in. Finds a beautiful shot in towards Beba. Gorka now just up ahead, moving on to the roof. Teak just hiding in the smoke, trying to stay alive as long as possible. We got the players from Destiny on the far side. As you can see, they're starting to make their way around. Scrimfarm right there alongside them. Everyone are just starting to rush on into the zone. What a chaotic zone this is. So many heads lighting up the screen. Just look at the positioning of the teams here. Navi taking that positioning in almost center zone, having quite a few opposing teams surrounding them. That is going to be such a tough one to be holding. Fortunately, they've got a bit of a dip to use that to their advantage. But now we're waiting to see how these teams are going to be pushing in. Will we be seeing those shots coming through? 9 teams remain, 21 players still alive. And of course, we're waiting for the next zone. Up comes the blue zone, not wasting for any man. Rushing right on in. Scrimfarm, as you can see on the far side, they're down to the last remaining player. That, of course, being at that southwestern end. GSG holding up right there. Destiny sitting right there alongside Navi. Navi now managing to get that quick res on in. GSG now still looking pretty strong. 6 kills, 4 players. Strong team. Down goes Master. The last bullets getting sent off into the lobby. And now we are moving into quite a jam-packed zone. We got Destiny, we got the players from Gamelord, we got Navi, GSG, just to name a few. Oh, the action. Man, this is getting spicy. Just listen to that chorus. Absolutely insane. Utilities now getting sent on over towards Destiny. Gamelord knows they are down in the ditch. Sending those nades in, trying to find the damage. Trying to find the kills. Oh, here they go, making an aggressive rush. Coming through the smoke. The hits, of course, now flying in there. Right over towards Gamelord. Destiny capitalizing on their positioning within the smoke. Gamelord now down to one player. Victor is the last remaining hopeful, and down he goes, getting sent right back into the lobby. 4 teams now remain: GSG, Destiny, and Navi, as well as, well, the players coming in there from Motherlode. But here we go, the shots are starting to find their way on through once again, as the teams are starting to push further, trying to get ahead on into that zone. Teak now holding off on the far side, getting caught by the blue zone. Will he be able to make it into zone in one piece? GSG and the players from Navi just looking at each other. Destiny taking up a decent positioning in the north. Up comes Navi now trying to rotate across, trying to get on in. Well, we see those shots 1v4. Navi on their last straw. GSG sitting on a 3-man team. Destiny looking absolutely phenomenal with a 4-man team all the way into what could be the last zone. But here they come. Destiny just starting to make their way around, looking for those hits. Down goes Navi. Oh, the final 2 teams about to start the showdown. GSG and Destiny about to get into this last fight so we can see who will be the team to claim the first chicken dinner of the day. Will it be GSG? Will it be Destiny? We're going to find out pretty soon, but here comes Destiny now starting to move on up, starting to apply that pressure. Blue zone now finding its way on in as well. The team's getting forced together once again, but the shots are flying over towards GSG. First one goes down, second one goes down. Tudor now being the last remaining hopeful. Will he be able to clutch it out for the team? So many shots coming in from Destiny, heading straight on over towards him. And down they go. Destiny come in with the chicken dinner and 7 kills. What an absolutely insane performance that has been. Just crazy plays. Absolutely phenomenal. GSG coming into second place, wrapping up with 11 kills. Impressive kill count. Navi, of course, in third place, finishing with 3 kills. The Motherlode team taking fourth place there with 2. The Gamelords finishing up in 5th place, coming in with 7 kills. We've got the players, of course, from Scrimfarm in 6th place with 2. The players from the Lost Bullets in 7th with 4 kills. 12-18 squeezing themselves into 8th place with 4 kills. Then, of course, we got our last addition to the roster. They coming in 9th place. The players from Arc finishing up with 5 kills in 9th place. We've got the players there from Konina Power finishing up in 10th place with 5 kills. FIDANZA taking 11th place with 3 kills. The Armed Family squeezing into that 12th position, coming in with 6 kills. We got the RAAD finishing in 13th with 2 kills. Then, of course, the players from Resq all the way down in 14th place, going home empty-handed for this first match. Good Games coming in 15th, also empty-handed. We got the Falcons over in 16th place, going back empty-handed. So, few teams not managing to get those kills in. But, of course, Qodex coming in 17th, claiming 1 kill. We got the players over in 18th place, of course, as well. Being the players there from Panda, coming in with those 18th place with only 1 kill. But what an absolutely insane game that has been. Just insane action across the board Been seeing some really good rotations, quite a decent amount of aggression, but of course, this is only the first match. This is only the start. So we are in for quite a bit of a surprise as we make our way through the rest of the day. And of course, next up, we're going to be moving in towards Miramar to see what the teams are going to be doing, how much action we'll be getting on that front. But of course, without much further ado, let's jump on in and we'll see you guys back right after the break. What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we're getting ready to move on straight in towards Miramar. About to see quite a bit of action coming in between these teams. We had absolute chaos just erupting on the Erangel map, and here we go, getting our second match underway. As you can see, that flight path, of course, coming in from the east, making its way on through over towards that western side, just north of Val del Mar. So the team's already starting to move on, moving out into their positions. Two teams now already breaking off right in the beginning, moving up in towards that direction of Al Azahar. So now we wait to see what the teams are going to be doing. Will we be seeing a lot of action coming in that early game, or will we start things off with a little bit of a slower pace? Of course, we'll be finding out momentarily, just waiting to see what that zone is going to be doing, where it's going to be taking us. As you can see, of course, the teams have all now pretty much jumped out. Everyone heading down into the drop spots. Al Azahar starting off a little bit hot and spicy, as we got the players there from the Lost Bullets already in possession. And right there with them, we've got the team from RAAD, that first phase, taking us over towards that eastern end. Moving in very well positioned on the far side there. So now we're just waiting patiently to see what is going to be happening with the zone, how the teams are going to be approaching that. And to start things off, we got the players from Lost Bullets and RAAD right here in Al Azahar, making their way on through. Here we go, Clever now starting to push on up here. Spotted the first one, moving in, finding some easy knocks. Just capitalizing on the chaos that we see, especially in the beginning of the game. Everyone just trying to get on in, trying to get the weapons, trying to get the boosts, so they're ready for the fights. But what a tough way that is to start things off here for RAAD. Will they be able to make a comeback? Will they be able to show us what they've got? The Lost Bullets just here. So the Lost Bullets looking pretty decent in this match, making their way on through. RAAD, of course, now a little bit on the defensive side, trying to not expose themselves too much. They're already starting the match off one man down. But Clever and Fantastic making their way on through the building, making their way on through the compound, trying to find their way on through, potentially bumping into some of the players here from RAAD. We've got Munir just waiting on the side. 2 AK just on the opposite end, providing that extra little bit of cover. Oh, the shots already now starting to fly on in. Fantastic, quickly ducking in behind the hard cover. They're just trying to now cook up a nade, sending it up right in towards 2 AK. Fortunately for 2 AK, it doesn't really find the spot just yet. Fantastic, just having a bit of a rebound off of the windowsill. Few shots now coming on in, but now we wait to see, are they going to start pushing in? Will the players from Lost turn up the aggression? Master, of course, now starting to take a few hits, as RAAD are just coming in with the sneak shots. Right, so the team's now waiting it out. Master now starting to smoke things up and trying to not overexpose himself. But here we go, Fantastic now just stepping in. Oh, Del Harp now coming in with a beautiful shot. Let's see, will Clever be able to clutch it? Yes, comes in, finds the head, sends him right down. Munir now starting to rush on in, trying to avenge his teammate. Clever just waiting for his teammate now to move on back so he can get that res in on Fantastic. Here we go. The res is starting, but Munir is starting to rush on in. The shots come on over. RAAD getting yet another player knocked. Lost Bullets off to a really strong start. 2 AK now also starting to move on in, but this, of course, allows for Clever to get that res in on Fantastic. 2 AK now quickly just moving about, trying to get a little bit of loot, trying to reposition himself. So really aggressive start coming in for the players there from the Lost Bullets. Now let's see, will RAAD Esports be able to make a quick escape? 2 AK grabbing the vehicle and just getting out of town. Off he goes. into the sunrise to live to fight potentially another zone. 20 seconds remain on the clock until that zone starts shifting up once again. So now we wait to see where the teams are going to be going. Of course, where that phase is going to be taking us. But here we go. The players now from the Game Lord starting the fight. We got the Arc team just on the opposite end. Coming in, as you can see, Purple just finding their way on through. Few shots flying over towards Bibba. Rob's now just picking a few shots off, scouting the region and quickly falling back. There is safety in numbers as the teams are starting to push across, exploring the region, trying to see which compounds they can move into, take occupation of, and set themselves up for what could be a very interesting and spicy coming zone. But well, here we go. Destiny applying the exact same strategy, moving up. Art going out right in front of them. You can see Purple and Bibba now getting shot at. Mishi now quickly just reloading, just falling back. But out comes the rest of the team. The Arc team now moving up in full force. Beast trying to find the shots. Destiny coming in with a little bit of a split here, leaving three players in fact up on the hill. Arc now just starting to fall back down the hill, trying to utilize the terrain in their favor, trying to make the most of the current position. The blue zone also now starting to close in. The teams need to start thinking about where they're going to try and rotate towards. Destiny trying to make a two-man rotation, but of course getting hit by FIDANZA as they rotate away. Beautiful shots coming in here from Cest, just capitalizing on that surprise element. Sitting over in La Bendita. So Cest all alone, completely separated from the rest of the team. Just double checking, making sure that everything is safe. We've got another little bit of movement happening over towards that northwestern side as well. Not sure if Cest has spotted that or if it could be one of his teammates that are starting to move on in. But here we go, the players now from the Armed family also making their way on through, rotating in from the northern region of that zone. Trying to find the position to move on into, rotating right past Cruz Del Val. So far seems to be a pretty safe entry here for Nevermore. So they've been able to find themselves up over close to Hacienda del Patron. As you can see, Nevermore now just pushing further up. But here we go, the players from Resq now right alongside the team there from 2018. 12-18 rather. Whoa, Resq coming in with a few nice hits. Got the player positioned up on the roof. Oh, 12-18 now just trying to play the terrain in their favor, trying to rotate around so they can get that angle in on Resq. But the shots are coming in relentlessly as Resq just starting to put them in. You can see Blood now just trying to find that angle, but we've got two players there from 12-18 coming up the side. Ulika and Unicorn making the approach. Tick now just waiting in the window here. Waiting with that third body, waiting for the shots. Oh, but of course, the Game Lord team, they are coming in as well. So quite a few teams in pretty close proximity. Everyone now just moving in, getting ready for the fight, trying to come in with a third body hits, finding them and sending them straight across. Tulika now just trying to rush on in. They're trying to apply the pressure over towards Resq, but they are quite separated for the time being. So now we wait to see whether or not they'll be able to get a successful push on into that. Ooh, quite a few smokes now getting sent down. Resq Blood just waiting atop the hill. You see that map, of course, over on the right-hand side. Quite a bit of a convergence of teams over towards that southern territories. But the teams are pushing in the zone, taking its place over in the northwestern region. It's going to be a pretty tough phase to battle things out through. But here we go, the teams now starting to push on in. Oh, 12-18 getting taken down by Resq. We got 17 teams. GSG getting hit as well. The players there from Scrimfarm also coming in with a few shots. And here we go. Scrimfarm getting sent right off into the lobby. The players there, of course, from Good Game coming in with those hits, doing the damage and sending them right on off. So things are really starting to get pretty interesting. We got the players from Scrimfarm situated right there in that central position within the zone. One of the players here, of course, just getting knocked out, getting sent right back. But now we wait to see how the team's going to approach this. Here we go. Scrimfarm now just applying the pressure over towards the armed family. Up they come. One player getting knocked already there for Scrimfarm. So 2 up. Clown trying to get the res in on Spectra. Nevermore and the rest of the squad now moving up. The grenades getting sent in, finding quite a bit of damage. Here we go. Scrimfarm now moving up. Down goes Hackshot. Clown and his teammate now just trying to reposition themselves. If they push in and now they could maybe capitalize on the carnage. The armed family just trying to hold on. Trying to find the hits. 2 players down. Will Anon be able to make his way on over and get that res into his team? If he's not able to do that, it is going to be quite the uphill battle for him. 1v2. Just on the outskirts here of Hacienda del Patron. Oh, here we go. Scrimfarm now starting to move on up. Finding a few shots over towards Anon. Will they be able to wrap this fight up? Find the finishing blows. Up comes another smoke grenade, just trying to potentially maybe taunt Anon. But they're using this opportunity to move on up. AWM. Clown coming up the side. Trying to find that angle. Anon just up ahead of him. Both players now starting to cook up the nades. Will they be sending them across? You can see quite a nice exchange coming in from both sides. Clown hasn't spotted the movement. Will he be able to find the few hits in? AWM now starting to push on in. Anon trying to put down a few more grenades, but up they come. Scrimfarm trying to move on in, and they find the finishing blow, sending them right back into the lobby. And of course, now jumping over to the players here from GSG. Still battling it out with the players from Resq. Getting 1 knock in. As you can see, Tick fairly low on health, slowly bleeding out. We got a Hyper now on the opposite end. The last remaining hopeful for the team. I think it is pretty safe to say that he won't be able to get that res in. The Falcons now also making their approach route, moving up right onto the top of the hill, where we saw quite a bit of chaos erupting a few mere moments ago. Falcon now stepping in. Enjoying some of the loot that is available. Following it, the trail of carnage just laid out up ahead of them. So Hyper now waiting for that opportunity, just trying to position himself in such a way that he could maybe be capitalizing on the angle that he has up ahead. But here we go, the teams now all moving into position. Tick just bleeding out, getting sent off into the lobby. We got the players there from FIDANZA taking position over in the graveyard, nearly smack dab center zone. We got the last bullets just situated over towards that northeastern side. RAAD coming in from the east. We got the players, of course, coming in there. As you can see, the teams making their way on up, trying to squeeze on in. Game Lord just there in the region of Minas Generales. We got the Arced players coming in there from the south alongside the players from Good Games. Quite a few teams still spread out throughout the region. Motherlode right there over in Picado. The players coming in from Konina Power just alongside them. Qodex up in that northwestern region. So now we wait to see where the zone is going to be going. Where will this next phase take us? And it moves all the way over towards that northeastern region once again. So we're going to see quite a bit of rotations coming in from these teams, trying to squeeze themselves on up, trying to make their way on into that zone. It's going to be absolutely jam-packed, as you can see. The big migration now starting to come on in as the teams are pushing up, trying to find that position in zone. And this is the position where the players from Lost Bullets can really capitalize on their placement within that zone. There's so many teams starting to move on in. Scrimfarm coming in as well now. But this is where we wait to see how the team there from the Lost Bullets are going to approach this. Are they going to try and capitalize on their positioning? Will they find the hits? As there's quite a few teams moving in. You can see the players here from Arc now also making their way on up to that zone. Trying to find an angle, trying to find an approach, trying to find that entry point into the zone. Quite a bit of distance still remains. Let's see where they're going to try and decide to move into. Team Minus Generalis just there on the side. We've got the Creator, of course, just on the opposite end. But the players from Good Games are now just coming in on the render distance, almost just on the edge of the zone here. But Arc now still continuing to push, and up comes the players here now from Konina Power. Scrimfarm, as you can see, just situated on the side there as well. So things are about to go down. The Motherlode right alongside them. And wow, the hits now flying up towards Panda. Panda on the opposite end getting caught in a bit of a third-party hit. Clown now just finding the shots on over. Oh, look at that. Cheese blows himself up in the process. Scrimfarm just capitalizing on the chaos. The Panda team now trying to see if they can find the angles, find the approach in on towards the players there from Konina Power, who we see rotating up in the distance. AWM situated up on the top of the hill. Oh, beautiful shots. One more hit to go. AWM just dropping in behind that rock right in the nick of time. So Panda looking fairly decent in this compound, taking occupation of this western end of the zone. 14 teams still remain, 46 players still alive. But now we wait. Will we see Scrimfarm getting sent back into the lobby? Will Panda be able to capitalize on their position? So one of the players there from Scrimfarm, as we saw. So we got Clown and AWM, the two remaining players. But of course, now quickly moving on over. We can see the players here from the Lost Bullets now coming in from atop the hill. The players from FIDANZA just down below. Nicola. Oh, so close. We got the RAAD also right there alongside them. So 3 teams now situated right here in Minas Generalis. Lost Bullets up in a beautiful position up at the top there. But of course, looking at the spread of the teams, that zone shifting down over towards the southwest now. You're going to see a big migration coming in once again, as only a few teams have been able to position themselves in the coming zone. Prepped for that next phase, but the rotations now need to come on in. Navi making their way on in. GSG coming in as well. We got the Falcons and the players there from the Game Lords also on the approach. RAAD sitting on 1 player. Good Games coming in from the south. Things are really going to start heating up. As you can see already, the action starting to go down as the Falcons are getting hit by the Game Lords. Quick rotation coming in from GSG just on the far side there, but the hits are still continuing. As players here from Game Lords are now just trying to get their shots in. Falcon stepping in, finding the hits on over towards GSG. Tudor trying to make a quick escape. But up comes Falcon now just repositioning, pushing forward. Getting pretty aggressive. Bomba now just going in and trying to look for that confirmation. Navi pulling up on the hill right in front of them. Oh, the shots coming in. Falcon sitting on 4 kills. Will they be able to claim any more? Will they make it 6? Will it be 3? What will it be? Navi just finding those hits right on across. Falcon getting forced to drop out of the vehicle. Can't risk the potential vehicle explosion. But here we go. Falcon now moving up just to try and reinforce their positioning. GSG just patiently holding that angle, trying to stay invisible for as long as possible. Oh, Navi finding some more hits. So this eastern side is really starting to heat up. Qodex, they've tried to move on in. Panda right here alongside them, applying the pressure. But a beautiful grenade now coming in here from Wait. Down he goes. We got Pubg now still remaining. The players there from Konina Power also just showing their presence in the region. Quick molly coming in here from the Panda team. Will they now be able to move on in? The blue zone coming into play. Qodex getting caught out in the blue. Panda just capitalizing on that positioning. See Scrimfarm also starting to move in, but let's see, will the Pandas be able to keep the players from Qodex at bay, keep them down in that blue? Navi also just on the end. But here we go. The team's now starting to move about. Getting ready, getting prepped. They know the players are situated in the blue. They know they need to push on forward and trying to get out of that blue zone. Panda with a beautiful gatekeep. Fowler just waiting for the opportune moment to make his exit. Clown coming in right here alongside Panda as well. Oh, but look at this. Good games. And the Game Lords now starting to exchange a few shots. One of the players there from Game Lord also getting caught out on the far side. FIDANZA still looking pretty strong, holding their position. But here we go. Game Lord now moving up, coming in on good games. Will they be able to capitalize on the chaos? Will they be able to find those shots? We've got the players from Armed moving in from that southeastern side as well. Lost now, still looking fairly decent, but starting to lose players now as the hits are coming in. The teams are starting to push on up. The pressure is mounting. Good game now, just trying to tend to the wounded Falcon, trying to move on in. GSG Tudor coming in with some beautiful shots as the Falcons trying to push on in. Game Lords now getting ready to rotate up in towards zone. Blue zone is making its way on in. The teams are starting to run out of space, run out of options. FIDANZA now also coming up, trying to flank around to find that angle in on good games. But you can see the players there from the Game Lords now feeling the pressure as the shots are flying in. Oh, look at that. FIDANZA now starting to push on over towards RAAD. To AK, the last hopeful. Will he be able to clutch it out? The Falcons now getting hit here by Navi as well. Navi positioning themselves beautifully on that eastern side of the zone. Now pushing up, looking for the kills, looking to get that aggression started. Moving right on up on towards Falcon. You see the Pandas are just on the opposite end. They're battling it out as well. But here we go. The Game Lords now just trying to sneak in a few grenades. Oh, Falcon gets sent on back. Navi wrapping it up for them. What a beautiful molly coming in now from the Game Lords. Just reminding Navi that they are not in the clear just yet. FIDANZA now also starting to push on in. Rotating around that eastern side. Trying to come on in. Squeezing in behind the players from the Game Lords. Here we go. Pandas and the players there from Konina Power now battling it out. Both teams still need to find their way on up in towards zone. But first, they need to battle it out to see who will be the team to push on further in towards that zone. Panda sending in some beautiful grenades. No me getting knocked out in the process. Here they come. One player goes down. Oh, a few more hits finding its way on in. Panda down to the last remaining hopeful. Konina Power just putting up a beautiful defense, keeping them at bay, but the blue zone is pushing in. They need to get on up into zone. Chaos now just erupting across the map. The players there from the Game Lords getting sent on down into the lobby. We got FIDANZA still trying to push on up. The players here from Konina Power getting hit as they trying to rotate in towards the zone. Absolute chaos. Blue zone now starting to claim players left, right, and center. But here we go. Navi now pushing up onto the last bullets. Down they go. Beautifully done. And now we've got Konina Power getting rushed as well. Navi being absolutely relentless, and the grenade gets sent in to end it all off. Navi clutches the chicken dinner away there with 7 kills. Beautifully utilizing the terrain, using it to their favor, and coming in and just reigning as supreme. The players there from FIDANZA coming in second place with 7 kills. We had the team there from Panda coming in fourth. We had the players from Konina Power in... Well, the Panda's in third place, rather, sorry. Konina Power in fourth place. The players there from Lost taking a 5th place. And, of course, the players there from the Game Lords coming in 6th place. Art finishing up in 7th place. RAAD coming in 8th. Going home empty-handed back into the lobby. But we, of course, only halfway through. So they'll have 2 more rounds to try and redeem themselves. You can see the Falcons there in 9th place, coming in with 7 kills. Squad from Scrimfarm, rather, over in 10th place, coming in with 5 kills. So it's been a pretty tough zone, especially here on Miramar. The teams really showing us what they've got, stepping up, giving a fantastic performance. But sadly, we don't see Destiny making it up into those top positions for this round. Resq, of course, coming in there in 11th place, only managing to acquire 2 kills throughout the match. Good Games in 12th place, also finishing up there with their 2 kills. So just to show you how tough a match it has been, look at the kill counts that we've got for the teams as we go down the list. GSG, of course, sitting there in 13th place, also only managing to get in those 2 kills. Qodex coming in 14th place. Yeah, it has definitely been such a tough matchup for these teams, but that just comes to show the level of these players, making it so difficult to acquire high kill counts, aside from the teams that have managed to place themselves in those high positions. Coming in the top 5, absolutely phenomenal stuff. You see Motherlode over in 15th place. The players there from Armed Family in 16th, only managing 2 kills. Destiny getting sent back in 17th place. What a turnaround of events that has been, coming in all the way from first place chicken dinner in on Erangel to getting only 17th place in on Miramar. Pretty tough games. But of course, next up, we're going to be moving into our next round. That will be taking us over in towards the Sanhok map. So in for a bit of a surprise to see what these teams are going to be doing. And of course, if these first 2 matches were anything to go by, we are in for quite a bit of spicy action. So of course, we'll be seeing you guys back after a short break. So see you in a few minutes. What's up, guys? Alright, so we're about to jump straight in towards Sanhok. So without further ado, here we are. The teams already making their way on through. As you can see them, of course, all spread out that zone, moving up in towards the northwest. But here we go, the team starting off the action over in boot camp, coming right on in. The players there from ARC taking up occupation of the main building. A few players in the surrounding area. Everyone are just trying to squeeze on in, trying to find their place, trying to find the positioning and to see what they can do. ARC now looking fairly decent over in the main building, and of course jumping over towards Hut 10. We've got the players here from Good Games. Oh, pushing in on the Falcons. Here we go, shot after hit. Oh, coming through. What a hit that was by Yankee. You know, will they be able to wrap this one up? Moving on in, finding the shots. Oh! Pretty aggressive start, but of course that is what we expected. Moving in towards Sanhok, seeing the teams going absolutely crazy. Falcons sitting on 2 players. The players here from Good Game sitting on 3. Few players getting knocked out. There we go. Quick revive now trying to come on in. Never alone, and a boom bomb. Oh, applying the pressure. Up they come. Will Never Alone be able to clutch this one out? Up they come, rushing in. Finding the first hit on through. 1 more player remains. Will Good Game be able to get this one done? Never Alone. And now just trying to find in a little bit of shots there. But Yankee is trying to reposition himself. Just moving it through the buildings. Trying to put as much distance between him and the players coming in there from the Falcons. Now opens the opportunity for the Falcons to get those heals going, get the reses up, and move in. 3-man team pushing in against a solo Yankee. Oh, Oh, the shots come in and sends good games right in to the lobby. So well done, beautifully played. But now we jump up over towards the players here from the last bullets, going up against RAAD. And you can see the shots coming in from 12-18 as they move on in, applying the pressure. So a nice sandwich coming into the mix. RAAD, one man down, but here we go. The pressure. Oh, up comes the pressure. Last bullets just up ahead. Dalhab finding a quick few shots over towards them, but here we go. The reinforcements about to arrive. The last bullet sitting on a two-man team. That is all we've got left. Master is knocked and bleeding out. Alush now coming up, trying to provide that support for Fantasies. Fantastic, rather. Let's see will they be able to get it done. Ah, getting hit. Oh, Fantastic goes down. Be able to avenge his teammates. Sneak on in, just holding up down over in the basement, trying to make their way around. RAAD now up in full force, searching, hoping to find the last remaining hopeful from the last bullets. A lot of free fire now coming in. Alush now setting up shotty in hand, but it is not enough. Gets sent right back in to the lobby. So well done. 15 teams rather remaining. 56 players still alive. 12-18 now sneaking up on RAAD. Beautiful nade. Klein getting taken, or gets that beautiful grenade over in towards RAAD. RAAD now going from a full squad down to only two players. You can see Desha and Dalhab waiting down below. Klein now starting to move on in. Oh, the squad starting to apply the pressure. Finds the first hit. Will they find the last one? Down they go. 12-18. Reign supreme over in the ruins. Just sending the hits, sending the damage all across. 4 easy kills right there. 14 teams remain now. 53 players still alive. And what a spicy start to the match. 5 minutes in and quite a bit of carnage already just across the board. You see Panda and Qodex now also starting to exchange a few shots. Here we go, jumping straight on in towards FIDANZA, also now starting to pull on in. Let's see, will Qodex and Panda be able to wrap this fight up before we see FIDANZA moving in to get that third party going. Blue zone catching up with the players now, starting to tickle away at their health. So far, it seems like FIDANZA is just going to push on further. Head on up in towards that zone. We got Luki just up ahead. Here comes Panda getting ready to move on in, and just look at that zone. Up in the northwest. Right there with the trifecta, we find quite a few teams. But here comes Panda rushing right on in and sends Qodex off to prep for the next one. Beautifully played. Beautiful aggression that we see. But of course, we see the players here from FIDANZA now coming in as well with those third parties. Trying to capitalize on the carnage. Trying to capitalize on the damage that we've been seeing. Gatekeeping the players here from Panda. But just look at that zone. So the zone just moving up even further in towards the northeastern side. The team's now just having to continue that push. Having to continue to try and squeeze on in. Moving into a very tough terrain up in that northwestern side. But here we go. As you can see, the players here from ARC now moving in behind GSG. Navi on the opposite end, just waiting for them to move on up. Will the ARC team be able to make a successful rotation across over on to that northwestern island? GSG, of course, just holding up the defensive line. See GSG now just trying to peek over the hill. Navi, of course, situated just off to the side here. Arced. One player has been able to get all the way across. The rest of the team still just holding up on the far side and in the water. Let's see, will Impress be able to get the shots in? Gorka now just gaining his position on the land. The Game Lords now just are there on that northern side as well. But the shots are starting to fly on in. Impressed now cooking up that nade. Trying to get ready to send it across. Sends it off over towards GSG. Not finding the distance just yet. Here they come. GSG all prepped and ready. Aggression dialed up to 20. Getting ready to push. Arc now being forced to try and smoke it up. Just to provide that extra bit of cover, but here we go. The grenades are getting sent across. Art's finding a beautiful angle in on GSG. The aggression, of course, still coming through. GSG now starting to push on in. Arc just trying to make the most of the terrain. Finds a beautiful quick angle there. Kamara getting knocked right out. Tudor and Lau now just left to hold on. Navi coming in with those third body shots, finding them through on towards Korka. Impressed now quickly just trying to boost up, recover enough health before pushing further in towards the fight. But of course Navi is not waiting for any man. They move in, find the first, confirm the kill, and sends another player from Arc into the lobby. GSG of course now starting to push on up, coming in with their aggression, finds the hits on Impressed. And down he goes. One player remains for Arc. Purple there on the opposite end. But he also needs to try and find his way in towards the zone. Seeing that the zone is shifted up once again. But now Navi stand between GSG and the zone. Well, we see that fight coming in between the teams. We've got the players there from the Game Lords, of course, holding up on that far side. Situated right there on the foot of the hill. GSG now just trying to get up, trying to get ahead. Red zone now coming into play. Is Tudor gonna risk it out in the red? Rest of the team just hanging back for the time being. Players here from Game Lord just taking it super chill. No one pushing up on them, and they can afford to just sit and wait for someone to cross their path, to get engaged, to get into those fights. But here we go, jumping over towards Camp Alpha. Destiny and Navi now going toe-to-toe. Destiny finding a quick few shots in on Navi, but Navi now trying to flank around, trying to push on in. Down goes Matic. Let's see, will Destiny be able to find that shot? Beast now. Oh, Beast mode engaged. Destiny finds the hits. There's them 12-18 trying to push on up as well, but Destiny is still just finding the angles. Klein getting knocked out in the process. Unicorn also now taking a few shots. Destiny just putting up some phenomenal performances right here. Finding those hits in towards 12-18. Thought that they could come in with a bit of a third party, but surprise, surprise. Destiny turned the tables on them. Just look at the shots coming in here from Neymar. So Navi still alive, still just holding on. You can see Boss on the far side there, just at the foot of the hill once again. 12-18 now trying to find their way around. Trying to get a lay of the land before making their call, before getting that rotation in. Here we go, getting ready to move up. The players there from Konina Power also now just coming up on the hill, taking up a decent positioning. We've got Resq right here alongside them. So this is going to be a pretty tough, pretty spicy, but just look at that zone. Just forming up again on this northwestern side, waiting to see where that blue zone is going to be going. We've got the players there from Arc situated down in that southeastern side, slowly starting to move on up. Got the Game Lords coming in from the east, and there we go. That zone moving in, just closing in on the hills. Looks very similar to what we saw coming in a few games ago as well. But here we go. The players now from Scrimfarm starting to push on in, trying to gain entry in towards the zone. 600 meters to go. Will they be able to make it up in one piece? We got FIDANZA just up ahead of them. So Hackshot and getting a survey, squeakly surveying the region there, just making sure that they could potentially push on across. Spectre also now just trying to heal on up, but here we go, jumping into the carnage. 12-18 pushing in on Navi. Will Boss be able to hold them off? They're moving up, looking super strong. Oh, gets one knock and gets taken out in the process. Well done. The Armed family also just on the far side there. Everyone now starting to move on into this position. A few players just spread out across over on the hills, and a few other just still left down below, trying to make their way on in. See, will they be able to find that spot? Resq still up at the top. Destiny now just trying to capitalize on their positioning over in the camp here. Ooh, finding a quick angle across. GSG, however, though, coming in with the shots in on the Game Lords. Oh, look at the shots. Look at the aggression. Game Lords coming up. 3 players strong, pushing in on Tudor. Rob's just turning around right at the last moment. We got Lau, of course, up at the top, providing that extra bit of vantage point. Vicky and Rob's now just trying to find the angles. Oh, nice hit coming in from Vicky over towards Lau. So Vicky's got the scope just zeroed in on that position. Up at the top, and beautiful shots coming in from Lau, now doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, just claiming the kill. Nice exchange we're having once again, but the team's now running out of options. Coyote just holding up, looking strong at the top there, finding the hits in towards Lau. The players here, of course, from the Game Lords now need to try and move on in. That zone shifting over towards the southwest. Tudor just up ahead. Will Robs be able to get the jump ball? Tudor find the shot on in. Would it claim it for GSG, or will the players there from the Game Lords be able to reign supreme and send GSG into the lobby? Nice back and forth as the players here from Game Lord now starting their rotation. Oh, Death Valley just reigning absolutely chaotic for the Game Lords. Vicky on the opposite end, trying to decide which way to go, but we still have the Coyote up at the top, keeping a watchful eye, waiting for that opportunity. Rob's about to get claimed. Let's see, will Tudor be able to wrap it up? GSG sitting on 3 kills. Will they be able to rake in one more? Blue zone now starting to push on forward. Rob succumbing to the zone. Down he goes. 10 teams remain. We got Resq Tech now finding a quick few shots in the kill feed as well. Tito not getting caught out in the blue zone, but here we go. 2018 now just trying to hold on, trying to make their way on in towards the zone, coming in from this western side. But just look at the chaos. Look at the spread of the teams. FIDANZA held up on the side of the hills. Their Destiny also just trying to find their way on in, getting hit in the process. Neymar taking hit after hit. Messi now just up ahead, but the shots are still flying. And Unicorn trying to get ahead of the blue, but the hits are flying up. Oh, Audio just stealing that kill away, finding the damage. Easy kills, just getting handed on a silver platter there. So Mishi there from Destiny now just trying to hold up. Purple getting hit up at the top side. 8 teams remain. Resq getting hit. Purple finding some great shots across over towards them. FIDANZA coming into the zone, still looking hella strong. Sitting on all 4 players still alive, making their way on through. Resq down to 3-man team. Blood getting knocked out. Will they be able to get that res in? Purple just down below. Oh, there we go. Purple trying to make a quick dash for the shots coming up from Hyper. Purple now just trying to capitalize on the terrain, trying to put a few boulders between him and the players here from Resq as they are pushing up. But Resq now starting to move up. Here they come up in full force. Finds a beautiful easy angle. Coyote just claiming the kill there. And now, of course, they need to try and get that res in. Blood just trying to get ahead of the blue zone. Not managing to accomplish that. FIDANZA battling it out down in the bottom end there with Mishi. But, of course, the rest of the team situated up at the top. 4 teams remain. Resq, FIDANZA, Destiny, and the players from Konina. Power. Oh, Konina gets sent on off into the lobby. Here comes Cest now just trying to push on in. Oh, but just gets taken out by Mishi. Beautifully done, beautifully pushed. Let's see now, will they be able to continue onwards? Will they be able to claim it, the victory? 3 teams remain. Resq sitting on a 3-man team. We got FIDANZA sitting on a 2-man team. And Destiny down to the last hopeful. FIDANZA now getting hit in the process. 1 hopeful remains for them. Resq sitting in a beautiful position. They can really capitalize this and use this in their favor. Let's see, will they use this? Of course, that blue zone pushing in. Furthermore, Destiny getting left out in the blue zone. Audio getting taken down. 1 player stands between Resq and a potential chicken dinner. Destiny, I don't think, is going to be able to make it out of that blue zone in time. The heel strat now starting to come on through, but here we go. Resq just laying down the fire over towards FIDANZA. Blue zone just in favor of Resq now. Oh, FIDANZA and Destiny coming in with the hill strats. Will they be able to make it all the way on through? 22 seconds remain on the clock until we move in to our final phase. So let's see, will they be able to find a few more hits potentially? Oh, down goes FIDANZA. It is now Destiny up against Resq. Will Destiny be able to out-heal the zone? The answer is no. Down they go. Resq come in with a beautiful chicken dinner, finishing it off, as you can see, with 11 kills in chicken pole position. Well done. Destiny coming back into top 3 for this round, finishing off in second with 4 kills. We got FIDANZA, of course, there in third place with 4. And then, man, what an absolutely insane performance this has been. Didn't expect anything less on the Sanhok map. The team's just going absolutely insane. But look at the kill counts once again. Some fairly decent kill counts, especially in the top 10 placements. As we move on down, things get a little bit tougher as the teams have been sent back to the lobby a little bit sooner before they would have liked to go back. But here we are nonetheless. What an absolutely phenomenal performance that was, that we've been seeing from these teams across the board. And of course, we have 1 more to go. You can see there the players from Panda in 12th place. We've got the team from Navi over in 13th. Qodex managing 14th. We had the Scrimfarm getting sent back in 11th. RAAD in 15th place. Pretty tough match once again. And of course, that zone just being absolutely brutal on the players. But there we go. That is pretty much the placements that we've had for the teams across the board. And our first team to get sent on back is the team there from Good Games. So what a good game that has been. Just insane stuff. And of course, well done to the players there from Resq for claiming that chicken dinner. And of course, Destiny with that hill strat. Man, that was just insane. Unfortunately, FIDANZA didn't manage to make it all the way on through to stay ahead of the damage there. But well done, well played. And of course, we're going to be moving into a quick break while we get ready for our 4th and final matchup of the evening. That, of course, will be taking us right back in towards Erangel to see what the teams have. We had a pretty amazing show in that first lineup. But now, of course, we wait to see what's going to be happening in that 4th and final match. Of course, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below, as it really helps us out. But we'll see you right back after the break. what's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we're getting ready to move into our final match of the evening. Of course, we're heading in towards Erangel. So we're seeing quite a bit of action coming in with the teams across the board. So let's jump straight on in. As you can see, everyone now just getting themselves prepped and ready to move on into the action. Let us know in the chat, who do you think is going to be clutching it out? Who do you think is going to be claiming that chicken dinner for this final matchup? We've been seeing quite a bit of chaos erupting all over these past few games. Everyone just going absolutely ham, going crazy. Of course, we're about to get into that as well. About to see where that flight path is going to be taking us. And of course, the teams now all getting ready, all getting planned out, and they've got their whole strategy in place as to where they are going to try and move on into. So now we wait to see what that zone is going to be doing. Of course, you can see it is coming in from that southwestern side, right there alongside Primorsk, making its way on through. As you can see, we've got a few nice regions up on the side there. So from Primorsk all the way up towards Severny. It's a fairly interesting flight path we've got moving up in towards that northwestern side of the map, being a little bit on the limiting side as to how far to the east the teams can reach. But of course, there's nothing wrong with a vehicle to try and make that final push, to try and make that rotation all the way on through. You can see the teams now already starting to break off, heading on down. And now we wait to see if we're going to be seeing a repeat of what we had on our first initial Erangel match. Or will we have something completely different, a complete change up from how things went in that first game. But of course, give us your predictions. Let us know what you think is going to be happening. The teams now all about to make their way on through. We're about to see where that zone is going to be forming, where phase 1 will be taking us. Hoping for something a little bit over towards that southern side, as that usually results in some chaotic plays across the board. You can see the teams already starting to drop fairly hard. A few teams taking position over towards that western bridge. And there we go with the zone. Very similar to what we had in our first initial match. Of course, jumping straight on over in towards the action. We got the players here from the Falcons right here along the side of, the opponents moving in. The Motherlode just up ahead of them. A quick shot coming in here from Bomba, finding those hits over towards them. Now we wait to see if they'll be able to continue with this, finding a few more shots as the players here from the Motherlode are starting to move in. You can see Cheese just sneaking his way on up towards Falcon. So this is going to be quite the interesting part. Hits now coming in across the board. The Falcon team taking engagements with so many teams, seeing that there are so many teams in the vicinity. They can actually afford to do that. But there we go. Bomba now just getting that rotation done. Quickly rotating away back in towards safety over towards the Sixers. As you can see, the team now taking up their position. So Cheese now just not committing to that rotation just yet. He knows that there could still be someone nearby. Falcon, as you can see, now spread out last, just on Overwatch, keeping a watchful eye. Players from Motherlode now starting to move on in. Cheese just so patiently waiting behind that vehicle. Oh, Bronsberg getting caught out on the side. Quick shot flying up towards him, ducking in behind that tree, now capitalizing, using the terrain once again, using the hard cover to try and move in, to try and get that advantage in on the Falcon team. Bomba now just getting forced to the side there to try and reposition. Potentially find the heads over in towards Motherlode. But here they come. Bomba just patiently waiting. Oh, Falcon not wasting a moment. Beautifully played here, coming up by Never Alone. Rotating up alongside the players from Motherlode. So they're getting distracted by the two other players there from Falcon on the far side. Bomba taking a few hits. But up comes the Motherlode. Moving up, Bomba being super low on health. Is a cough away from getting knocked out. But here we go, Never Alone now moving in, circling around, trying to provide that extra bit of support to his team. Cheese and Teak now keeping the angle. Go moving up once again. Cheese now just scanning at the hilltop, trying to see if the team is still there. If they decided to move up, we got Sats, of course, there from Falcon, just getting taken down. So Falcon now down to a 3-man team. GSG just coming in with the hits on that lone player, KWT. Being separated from the team. Oh, up comes the hit. Yes, that is what we want to see. The players here from Motherlode now taking that engagement. Teak with a nice angle there on Never Alone. But up they come. Motherlode now applying the pressure, starting to push on forward. Will they get that rush in on them? Will they be able to send them back into the lobby? Never Alone could almost be very, very alone. Seeing that his teammate is super low on health. I don't think Bomba has got any meds on him for the time being. Oh, tries to cook up that nade and gets a beautiful hit there coming in from Teak off the side. Down they go, getting sent into the lobby. Well done, Cheese, just wrapping up the fight and sending them off. Well played to the Motherlode. And with that, we are down to 14 teams, 50 players still alive. Here we go, the players from Resq now making their way on down from the north. Heading on up, as you can see, just pulling on in that direction of the ruins. Now wait to see how far they're going to try and push into the zone. As we saw, the zone, of course, is a pretty centralized one for this round. Quite a few open territories remain ahead of the teams. Right, so Resq now just making their way on through. We've been seeing a very, very interesting, already very impressive play coming in from Resq today. But hopefully we'll be seeing the teams, you know, stepping it up, taking it to that next level. The players here from the Last Bullets now just making their way around from Hospital, getting ready to move up as well to get those rotations in. Let's see how far they are going to try and push in towards the zone. For the time being, it seems like South George is fairly quiet. The players, of course, starting to take that rotation on in. The players here from Last Bullets rotating down the western front of the map, trying to make their way all the way around. And here we go. The players from Navi also now on the move. Just north of the Georgia Bull crates. They come rotating in. We're not seeing any players up ahead of them just yet, but they are scouting the area, just trying to make sure they can pull up into the compounds in safety. Here they come. So far so good, pretty safe approach. Navi still sitting on a full squad. Getting a quick lay of the land just to ensure there's no one nearby. Jumping over to school, you can see the players here from Quebec. Qodex, sorry. Qodex now taking up possession, being spread out in between the apartments and school itself. But Qodex only on a 2-man team. We got Fabi and Lucci. So 1-man split up across the board. Here we go. Lucci now starting to push over towards his teammate there. And the players here from the Armed Family taking up a possession just over towards the west of them. So if they start getting a bit curious, we could actually see that engagement start coming through as the teams start to wonder, start to explore the map, looking for engagements, looking for the fights. Oh, but Destiny now pulling up right behind the team from Panda. And one player situated in the building just on the side there, but the other one now is just moving up. You can see them now just moving about. XT on the far side. GK first, right up in front of us here. Being absolutely surrounded by Destiny as they're pulling up in full force. So will we see another chicken dinner coming through for Destiny? As you can see, GK first, now just keeping a very much watchful eye on them as they now start to push on in. Here they come. Destiny rushing in. A little bit of cover fire coming up the side. Destiny not wasting a moment, rushing straight on in. They are not too bothered by the shots across. So XT now just rotating back over towards his teammate. You can see Beast now trying to get up the staircase. Oh, Moza just sending a beautiful nade up top. Beast now just rushing in, coming in to claim the kill. And we got Katao now rushing up as well. Will they be able to avenge their teammate XT holding up on the side of the wall? Players there, of course, from the Game Lords just on the opposite end, just waiting in the distance. But here we go, the pressure now starting to mount as the teams are coming in. We got Linya now rushing in as well. Moza. Oh, look at that. Scrimfarm just up ahead, rushing in on Robs. Down goes one of the players there, of course, from the Game Lords. Now let's see, will Moza be able to pick them off? They are out in the open, pretty exposed. Here we go, Panda now getting ready with that rotation. 2 players remain. Katao and their teammate now just trying to find a decent spot, falling back over in towards Rozok. So far, it seems like Rozok is fairly quiet. Ooh, no one to oppose them, but Scrimfarm on the other hand don't have it that easy. Destiny now still just trying to find the shots over towards them. See Spectra and AWM on the one side, a hack shot, and a Clown on the opposite end, coming in with a nice 2-2 split. Oh, AWM just swooping in, picking up the teammate, but of course the shot's still flying in from Destiny. They fall from out of the woods, quite exposed for the time being. Destiny just capitalizing on that. We got Clown and the hack shot just up ahead. Neymar just slowly tapping away at them, looking pretty confident in the positioning there. Dropping a quick smoke. Let's see, will Beast be able to find those shots in over towards Scrimfarm as they now also start to rotate up, making their way on. Oh, just ducking in and behind the hill. As you can see, of course, down on the bottom right-hand side, we've got another 2 teams just battling it out. Oh, the hits coming through. Navi applying the pressure in on the players there from the last bullets. Slow, steady tap coming in here from Beast. Trying to use the ammo sparingly. Let's see, will they be able to find those hits though? Quite the challenge. So Destiny not backing out of the fights, really just trying to get all the possible angles they can. But Navi just continue to apply the pressure over towards the players there from the last bullets. Destiny now trying to smoke things up so they can get out and potentially rotate up into a stronger position. Here we go, the first one. Yes, they are getting that rotation ready. Prepped and ready to roll. Scrimfarm still holding their position up on the hill behind them. Oh, RAAD now also just trying to rotate in. You can see the players there from Qodex. Still, both players remain still alive. Slowly but surely just making their way on through. RAAD now also just trying to move on up. We've got a few shots coming in from that northwestern side as the Scrimfarm team is now starting to push on up towards them. Scrimfarm now getting hit in the process. They managed to escape the one team but rotated right up in towards the next one. AWM now the last remaining hopeful. Will he be able to move over towards his teammate and potentially get that heal going? Well, of course, there's the rest of the players now pulling up as well. The Scrimfarm looking fairly decent. We've got a bit of action also near the ruins there, as you can see down in the bottom right. But here we go, RAAD now starting to apply the pressure once again. Rotating up, trying to get that angle. Navi and the players from the last bullets still in the fight. Oh, Ali now up again. against Navi, and down they go. The last bullets getting sent right on off in to the lobby. Well done, well played to Navi. Claiming 4 kills in the process. RAAD now, of course, still applying the pressure over towards the players there from the Scrim squad. Scrimfarm, rather. The players here from Resq now just battling it out with the Motherlode. Cheese. On the side, Resq down to 2. Oh, there we go. Tick stealing a quick kill. Just confirming the kill there. Finding the hits over in towards 6. But let's see now. Will Resq be able to get the clutch on in on the Motherlode? Jeez. Caught in a very tough position as Blood and Tick are now pushing their way on forward. Both players sending some grenades on in. The first one finds a bit of damage. Second one not reaching all the way across. But Cheese now just patiently waiting in the vehicle. Up comes yet another nade, and it seals the deal for the Motherlode. Sends them back into the lobby. Resq claiming yet another few kills. Well done, well played. 3 kills for Resq. And of course, 12 teams remain. You can see just up ahead. A few more players now starting to move in. Navi also starting to mobilize themselves. Rushing in towards GSG. Coming in with a bit of a cautious approach here. Not trying to overcommit just yet. But they're definitely cooking up those nades. They are very well aware of where the players could be situated. So much so that Boss sends a beautiful nade over in towards Tudor. 2 players now remain. Oh, how is that for a push? Beautiful shots right in the window there. And Kamara. Oh, look at that. Wow, smoke just flying up, but gets knocked right out in the process. Andalito just stepping up with the shots. Kamara now trying to fend off the players from Navi as they are continuing to try and push forward. Matic holding at that angle on the far side. Let's see, will Boss be able to move in and clutch it out? Quickly going in for the res. GSG also now quickly tending to their wounded. So 3 players aside. A little bit of fishing in the smoke. They're trying to find a little bit of damage. Navi managing to pull the res off. The same, of course, can be said for GSG. The teams now still trying to make their way on up in towards zone, but Navi wants to wrap up this fight with GSG before repositioning themselves. They're battling for control of this compound. Let's see who will reign supreme here. Will it be Navi? Will it be GSG? Both teams now just coming up. You can see Matty coming up with a bit of rotation on the far side. We got the players there from Konina Power also now getting involved. Rotating right past them. Oh, the shots are coming through. Konina Power is sure to be drawn into this fight. Tito not taking a little bit of damage as Navi is starting to push on in. Andalito finds the hits though, sending them right across. So Navi down to 2 players. Their third player getting knocked out in the process. Konina Power now starting to apply the pressure coming in from the western side. Here they go. Here they go. GSG now just trying to make their way through the building. Let's see, will Andalito be able to pull on up over towards Tito to get that res going? It is going to be such a tough one, and Tito goes down, getting sent right in to the lobby. GSG now down to only 1 player, who is, of course, absolutely surrounded. Konina Power coming in with a beautiful split. We've got 1 player over in the north, the rest of the squad sitting over towards the south. That grenade getting sent in from Navi to wrap it up. But up comes Konina now rushing in, trying to capitalize on the chaos, trying to swoop in with those third parties, and they are definitely trying real hard. Up they come. Gonzo now pulling up really close there to Matic. Let's see, will they be able to find these hits? Konina Power coming in, rotating up now, bringing in the reinforcements. No Me now sending a few nades across, trying to get the damage in towards Matic. Gonzo stepping up, trying to put the shots on in, but Matic just putting in a better shot, finding the damage, finding the hits, but up comes the rest of Navi now rushing forward to provide that support. Also moving in, keeping a very watchful eye over towards No Me. Konina Power still pushing in. Navi coming in with a bit of retaliation, finding quite a bit of damage, finding the knock in on No Me. Konina Power having a bit of a tough time to successfully push on in towards Na'Vi, and with that, Na'Vi just clutches it out and sends them into the lobby. Beautifully done. Beautiful set of defensive plays we've got there, but well, it is not done just yet. As you can see, we could still have a few more players in the vicinity, and we could maybe see them moving up. Na'Vi now needs to start moving into that zone. About 20 seconds or so remaining on the clock until they need to get that rotation done. So let's see how far they're going to be pushing in. The players there, of course, from the armed family just up ahead. Look at the spacing of the teams across the map. We got the players there from Panda taking up that position over in Watertown. We got RAAD coming in from that southeastern side. Qodex getting hit in the process as the players there are applying the pressure. The Game Lords swooping in from that eastern side. But of course, then we still have the team there from Scrimfarm situated up in the north. So let's see where they're going to try and pull on into Destiny. Looking very decent, sitting over towards that western end. Players there now starting to move on in as the Game Lords are applying a little bit of pressure as they're moving in from the north. FIDANZA still held up on the opposite end of that bridge. But here we go, jumping straight over towards Na'Vi. He's busy scouting out the regions. You can see Matic, of course, the first one up, trying to get a lay of the land. We got Tick just up ahead. So will we see those shots coming in? Na'Vi now just trying to assess the region, trying to figure out how they're going to try and approach this one. Are they going to push up aggressively, or are they going to just play it, move in alongside the zone? But here we go. Tick now in quite a bit of trouble as he's getting rushed. Na'Vi just up ahead. Oh, Blood also trying to move on in, but down goes Tick. Blood now trying to move in. Trying to come in with a bit of defense on his teammate. Beautiful shot over towards Na'Vi, but Na'Vi now still pushing up super strong on towards them. Boss now rushing right up towards Blood, sends the hit on over and knocks him right out into the lobby. 9 teams remain, 25 players still alive. As you can see, a few of the teams now just situated over in the northern region. The players there from the Game Lords getting hit in the process. Look at that spacing. Destiny now starting with their rotation coming in from the western side. And here they go, rushing right on up onto the doorstep of the players here from Panda. Panda only on a 2-man team, but nonetheless, they're still going to try. The shots now flying up once again as the two teams start going head-to-head. Destiny pushing up on Panda, applying the pressure in a nice continuous flow. Here they come. Oh, Destiny finds the head into one of the Panda players. So only one more remains. Beast, of course, is the one there to just... Sorry, that was Moza Arrow just wrapping it up, and Destiny claim the clutch over the Panda team. 8 now remain. 22. And this is going to be such a challenging zone. Na'Vi looking super, super strong, spreading themselves out along the southern region. But up comes the players. They're coming in. The armed family now just finding a quick few shots over towards them. Good action happening over in the north, as well as all the teams are now getting involved in these fights. Everyone is trying to secure their position in the coming zone. They're looking for those placements, looking for those kills, aggressively pushing up. As you can see, the players there from Qodex still alive, managing to make it up into the top 8. Everyone still in play, but here we go. The shots now finding their way on over from the players there of the armed family. Na'Vi getting knocked in the process, but of course now trying to put in a few shots of their own. Destiny still looking very decent in that building. Oh, the hits coming in from Matic, putting that DP28 to use. We've been able to find the shots over towards the armed family. Oh, tries to put a bit of damage into the vehicle there, but of course, look at how the teams are spread out over and across Watertown. That zone now shifting up once again, just heading a little bit further towards the south, so the teams will have to rotate out. You see Destiny, of course, situated within zone. The players there from Qodex situated over on that eastern side. But it is a very tough one, seeing that we've got the players from RAAD just up ahead of them, gatekeeping the zone. Na'Vi now being forced to make a decision. Are they going to try and risk it in the blue zone? Are they going to try and push up into zone aggressively? Na'Vi on the far side, the shots flying up towards Matic. One finding its way on through. Oh, but here we go. Scrimfarm rushing in on the Game Lords, getting the damage done and sends them off. 7 teams now remain, 20 players still alive. The players from Scrimfarm now starting to push on up. Now V coming in with a quick rotation, but the players there from the Armed family just finding the hit, stopping. One of the players dead in his tracks. Trying to go in for the Thirst Armed family, now pushing up in full force. Navi down to only 1 player, but the team's already starting to face off. Matic now just trying to hide in the smoke as long as he can. Up comes the Armed family now rushing in, but they're deciding to rather push up in towards zone. Luxor getting hit in the process. Chaos now just again erupting across the map. Matic finding a quick shot in towards the players here from the Armed family. Destiny and FIDANZA still holding up over in Watertown. FIDANZA down to 1. Nicola, the last remaining player. Destiny finding a few shots over in towards RAAD. 5 teams remain. Everyone's situated on that eastern side of the map. Navi still just battling for control, trying to get into that zone. 30 seconds remain until the zone starts moving up once again. Who will make it up in towards the next zone? We will find out soon enough. But if Navi has got something to say about that, it will definitely not be the players from the Armed family. Matic putting in some fantastic shooting. 15 kills for the team so far. Matic sitting on 7 kills. You see RAAD now still holding that position. But of course the shots are flying in and down goes Malloy. Beautiful shooting here from Matic. Just finding the damage, finding the angles, and of course claiming the kills along the way. But here we go. FIDANZA also now pushing in, finding a quick shot in towards Destiny. The rest of the squad now starting to move on in a hot pursuit, trying to find Nicola. Will they be able to get him? Will they find the hits, or will Nicola clutch it out against Destiny? The answer is Destiny clutches it out, finds the hits in towards Nicola. Down to our 3 final teams, Navi, RAAD, and Destiny. Here they go. Up into what could be the final zone. The map, the zone moving into a region which is completely flat, as you can see, just off to the side there of Navi. So RAAD needs to try and move on in. Destiny now just using what the cover they've got in the buildings there. Trying to hold on to that position as long as they can before they are getting forced to rotate in towards zone. But they've got 15 seconds left on the clock. Destiny now trying to send a few grenades over across towards RAAD. Just trying to find that damage. They've got a pretty good idea of where the team could be. But here we go. Matic now has got his scope trained in over towards Destiny. Still needs to try and find his way on up in towards that zone. But here we go, getting ready to move. The zone is on the rotate. Here it comes. The team's getting forced forward. RAAD, the first one to get hit. 2 AK goes down. Now we are down to 2 players remaining for RAAD. Destiny still sitting on 4 players. Neymar getting hit in the process. RAAD down to their last hopeful. Down goes Matic. Will Desha be able to clutch this one out and potentially find those last few hits for his teammates? I think it is looking pretty tough as Destiny is moving up full force, rushing in towards Desha. Oh, down they go. Destiny clutching the chicken dinner once again. What a performance that was coming in there from Destiny. And of course, wrapping up their play there with 10 kills. Well done. Well played. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. RAAD finishing in 2nd place with 5 kills. But then we get to Navi. Finished up their play with 17 kills in 3rd place. Absolutely insane stuff. What a crazy match that has been. Insane plays. How Navi just used the cover they had to try and make their way as far into this match as they could was just insane. But once again, well done to Destiny for claiming that chicken dinner. Absolutely fantastic show of force that they had in this last match. Phenomenal stuff. And what a blast it was to watch. Man, insane. But there we go, just going down the list now so you can see where the other teams had placed and what kills they brought to the table in this final round. And again, man, what a performance that was. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Just insane plays. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Woo! But all right, there we go. There we have it. That brings us to the end of our games here today. This is the end of the Group C round. So tomorrow we are going to be moving in towards the finals to see what the teams are going to be doing. We've had the players from Group A, Group B, Group C battling it out to make their way on in towards the finals, which will be taking place tomorrow. So be sure to join us back again tomorrow as we get into some more insane plays, some more crazy, crazy action. And of course, man, this was nothing. Just wait till tomorrow. If you love today, you're going to love tomorrow even more so. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone for watching. If you're new and you haven't hit the subscribe button down below, please do so, as it really helps us out. But we look forward to seeing you guys back again on the next one. Stay safe. Have a fantastic evening. See you all later.